Guess what I did today, guys? So I just read Rion Kati's book. He's one of the greatest healers that I've met in this incarnation, in this lifetime, honestly, man. I'm friends with him on Facebook, so he just sent me his book. As I was going through that book, I started to understand some very, very serious concepts that he was talking about. I also did a Dzogchen meditation a little while ago. A Dzogchen meditation is essentially you're letting go of the self, you're letting go of the ego. And this reminds me of this concept of the Buddha mind, this fourth state of consciousness, this Turiya, or this flow state that we talk about, right? Dzogchen is very, very powerful for that. So I just wanted to first of all share that. And something that Rion said in the book that's very, very powerful is, it's not about personal growth, it's about impersonal growth. You see, the personal development industry focuses on shaping the persona, right? It's holding on to it, it's attaching to it. But we know that we go through a process of change, just like you guys have seen my avatar, change so many times by now. So what is the secret that celebrities have, right, that give them this amazing magnetism, beauty, and power? What is the hidden strength of that, okay? Is it that, Shakira, let's take the example of Shakira. Do you really think that that persona of Shakira is all that she has created for the stage? Or do you feel like there is something of a supernatural element or a quality to this beauty, or Siddhic beauty, as Rion calls it, okay? Siddhi is basically your divine gifts, okay? Your magical powers that you get on this journey of spirituality. Now, you don't go seeking siddhis, okay? What happens is they naturally happen as you become the byproduct of your own sauce. Basically, you walk your talk, you know what you're talking about, and you're going with that motion, right? Is Shakira really, no, is she really just doing that and shaking her hips? Is that all where her presence ends? Or is that really where her presence starts, and you start to understand there's this some kind of an archetypical quality to Shakira, or any of these celebrities for that matter? Celebrity means solemn ceremony, so you got to understand the word etymology is just like how I break them down. I crystallize these word etymologies, right? So what makes someone a star, okay? We talk about star systems, star seeds, this too. Now I'm starting to understand a little bit more about what makes somebody, even before they reach fame, per se, famousness, or everybody's trying to get recognition and fame. But at the same time, you got to understand there's a level of archetypical development where you can get the fame and the recognition, you can really feel it even before you get it. You see what I'm saying? So there was probably a process that any celebrity took. Let's say the example of Prince, he's tapping into Eros archetype, right? The Prince Eros archetype. Bruce Lee said it well. He said that, I don't like how they call it a star. I am an actor, right? An actor. And being an actor actually breaks this paradigm. And Rion said it so well in his book. An actor has a permission at the identity level to make radical transformation possible and make it happen, okay? Now that is powerful for me to hear. As you know, I'm the author of the book TPM, Theatroplasticity Method. Go check it out on Amazon if you're checking in for the first time. Ooh, camel, symbol of self-sufficiency. My friend Ryan's wealth animal. So during my Dzogchen meditation this morning, what I understood was that as I was doing it, I understood that, hey, wait a minute, is my consciousness controlling my attention, or is my attention controlling my consciousness, right? As I looked around the room with my eyes open, or even as I'm doing now, as I'm walking this park, I'm starting to understand that there might be something very, very powerful about this idea of simply we are the programmed and the programmers at the same time. We are these absolutely enigmatic creatures. So there's sometimes distorted archetypes. For instance, the, Tuluminati DJ, or dogmatic polarity coach, or the the fake shaman, or the spiritual fuckboy, or whatever it is, right? There are these different archetypes, right, that are a little bit distorted. And those archetypes are actually trying to take power away from, this concept of spirituality and awakening, right? So it's really important which archetype that you really choose in terms of this journey, right? And it's also important to understand that this thing is archetypical, man, meaning that it is something that is impersonal. It is something that is immortal. It is lived even before you have lived. So you could try to be like Leonardo DiCaprio, but you won't get famous like that. You'll just be a clone, a copycat. Look at all these celebrities nowadays, okay? I mean, a great example, right, is like Britney Spears. You've seen her doing these kind of dancing videos, and she's kind of seems like she's locked up at home and no one seems to be caring for her mental health, and you can see like the dead in her eyes, right? Go to her Instagram and just look at this poor woman, and really what she's going through, we can't really tell. We can only see from an outside observer standpoint, right? This chasing of validation does not truly allow our radical transformation to take place. You've got to be like the walking blue check mark. You've got to always have your own internal world sorted, okay? The external will happen, but if you're not taking care of your nervous system dysregulation, not getting enough sleep, not eating well, not working out, the basic kind of things that really give us a good, well-being. I'll be honest with you guys, my self-care has been very off. I think I do need this Bali trip just for that change of environment. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we just need a change of environment to make a change happen. Because if we keep seeing the same things, if we keep seeing the mundane, same things over and over again, it never really helps us to blossom. Now, I will be coming back to Kolkata, right? But I know I'm meant for a lot of different things in this lifetime, So we will just go according to the times with this thing. Also, Rion mentioned something in his book. And by the way, it's for free. So if you guys add me on Facebook or whatever, I can forward that over to you. Or you can just, friend Rion on Facebook, Rion Kati, that's RIONKATI. And he's really a glitch in this beauty industry, man. Because the charisma activation that I did with him a while back, actually, it still has affected me to this day. Like, I truly believe that, this man is really tapped into some heavy, very, very powerful frequencies. He was talking about this idea of like a regular dude in Rome would probably be like equivalent to like a person in Hollywood, right? Like an actor in Hollywood or something. And how can a man just from Rome randomly, have this power and beauty and courage and all this, good looks or whatever? Now, it might even be a lineage thing, but I'm guessing, as Rion mentioned, it's an environmental thing, okay? Meaning it's your environment, as well as it could be cultural, okay? Rome has a very rich history. The Roman warriors, Julius Caesar, they have a rich history, and you got to really tap into the archetypical power of your culture too, which is something that I've done. Why am I studying, Tantra and yoga and all of these Indian esoteric practices? Because I feel a deep connection to the deities here. From Ma Kali to Shivaji, all of them have this powerful essence here. And I can feel that energy. I can really feel that energy here in India. It's so strange to sometimes, as a man who's done a lot of spiritual work in his life, sometimes as I've walked into these temples, I've just felt my whole, lower body reverberating and feeling like a buzzing type of energy. Have you guys ever experienced this in your life before? I don't know. Maybe if you've ever been, climbed a mountain, or, again, climbing a mountain, you're actually ascending higher, right? Like you're closer to the clouds. That does something to your consciousness for sure. I think this is another element of stardom or celebrity, is they become the escape for a lot of people, man. A lot of people in this culture, they want the quick fix, the magic pill, as I was mentioning, the idea of state pumpers instead of, oh man, that dog's really happy. I was mentioning this idea, right, of state pumpers versus state actualizers, okay? A state actualizer is somebody who understands that my state is going to be much more long-term, and whatever I feel, I will feel through it. Now, on the other side of the coin, if you have someone who's a state pumper, they're just going to be embarrassed of their state. They're going to be like, let me change this. I need to feel better. I need to do something different. I need to change. This is not right. Constantly looking for nitpicking details, complaining all the time, finding the wrong and the fault within themselves and in others. Like, that is not going to get you in the zone, my friends. Acceptance of the fact that you feel like that is, okay? The denial of that and just you being in your little box in your own mind, kind of spewing and venting out to either one person, or you're trying to find someone, like a container to latch this information onto. That's not a healthy dynamic, okay? Your self-talk and your reframing are going to be pivotal for your impersonal growth, as we're calling it, okay? We don't even know the range of our own power and of beauty and excellence and grace, because we haven't actually ever leaned into that and understood that properly. And also, we haven't been able to transmute our own sexual energy. Again, we've associated a sexual act with depleting ourselves. First of all, man, I get really offended how a lot of people call the male organ a junk, okay? For no reason am I calling mine a junk, okay? You can call it the magic wand, as they do in Tantra, because it is actually a healing utensil, in a sense, an instrument. You can't be shaming your own sexuality like that. As a shaman, you're cutting off the circulation to your power just by you labeling yourself like that. You guys get what I'm saying? So these celebrities, I think that at one level, they've truly fully accepted themselves, and that self-acceptance ripples through. It really ripples through. Like, maybe some people can feel my self-acceptance certain times, right? As I'm speaking through. Like, in the past, I couldn't just come out and, speak in public like this, in a sense. I would always feel like, oh, who's watching me or whatever, right? But nowadays, I just feel this sense of openness, this sense of expansiveness, right? Take your mind out of it, and not put your mind to it, right? But actually step back, distance yourself, okay? Surrender experiment, Michael Singer style, right? Just be able to see the situation and notice your attachment to the attachment, notice the resistance to the resistance, notice the awareness to the awareness, right? Once you have this meta level cognition, you start to understand that you can now zoom in and zoom out whenever you choose, because you are the one who holds the perspective, the key to perspective. Also, healing is getting us to feel through our emotions fully, right? Not shortcutting it, bypassing it, repressing it, pushing it to the side, none of that. We're fully allowing ourselves to be with ourselves, to feel through it, understand there's a cyclical change happening for a lot of us right here on this planet. You guys can feel it, I can feel it. There's something great emerging right around the corner. Flow state is right around the corner. You're always a moment away from momentum. You can change your state around, but don't do it from the standpoint of this state is bad, let me remove it. I want you to start talking to yourself more in terms of what is possible, not what is impossible. Making the impossible possible. So here's the thing, right? You want to fully embrace who you are. All of you. Not just one single part of you. Oh yeah, let's just say you have great hair, right? But the rest of you kind of reject. Doesn't matter, okay? You gotta accept all of you, from the pimples on your skin to that weird rash in the corner of your toe, to, the weird cringy things that you did as a child, to, the fascinating and weird kinks and fetishes that you have, to, the braggadociousness you sometimes bring and that witty charm in your personality, the uniqueness, the real fullness in the expression of who you are. And I think stars or celebrities are somehow unconsciously tapping into this, but they don't really understand the true extent of their power, because the Hollywood industry, or this kind of, industry of self-image, has become distorted to mean only self-image in the 3D physical world, not the invisible of what we can't see. When you can make the invisible, what others can't see, using your imagination, what you can see in your own internal world, like let's just say I felt like James Dean right now. How would I hold myself differently? Right, he has maybe a little bit more of a relaxed nonchalantness about him. Notice already, as I just did that, my vibration is changing. How I'm appearing in this video is changing, right? And you guys can sense that. So it's just that small actor tweak of method acting that can change your state quite frequently. Now, you can't pretend to be this person. You can't pretend to be James Dean the whole day. I mean, you could try, right? That's a great experiment, I would say. However, at the same time, you want to find a piece. What method actors do is they find a piece of their own life to merge with it. So they personalize, they actually personalize it, right? So instead of personalizing all the bad shit that's happening in your life, right? Like instead of saying that, oh man, like, you know, this person made fun of me and so, you know, I must be a bad person. Instead of personalizing that, why don't you personalize the greater depth and the aspects of you that are the immortal, the impersonal aspects, the archetypical medicine, as Rion says. So this was the video today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Shout out to you, Flow family. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm author of the book TPM, co-founder of Primal Sutra, a business helping men go from a wounded masculinity to divine masculinity. So if you're interested in that, we have a retreat in Bali, 3 days, you already know. Let's get it. Upward Spiral gang. Yeah.